All right, this is pretty well grown up in the weeds, so we should probably work on it. And that's what we're gonna do right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man. In the last installment, we got this all tuned up, and now we are ready to button it up and then do a little product testing. So first on our agenda, well, maybe first on our agenda should be that new ting-ting, you know? If we do the new ting-ting, why, then we could not have to worry about forgetting it or whatever. But I don't think I have all the stuff see, I'm always working on 14 different projects, so I keep carrying the tools back and forth, and I don't have enough stuff handy here. That'll do that one. Sometimes these bolts are really goofy. They're like kind of metric, but kind of not. So we're gonna take that one loose, and I guarantee you that one's probably metric and it won't work. Maybe not. It looks like somebody's homemade this one already. So yeah, because it's got a screw head on this side. So awesome. Oh, awesome. I wish we could just get it loose enough I can, yeah, that's what I want. I never could figure out, and maybe there's a reason, maybe it's to make it a common size, but why did they flare out the end of this exhaust pipe on these 550s, Super 55s? The end is flared out, and that's just kind of bizarre, you know? Okay, obviously that's not going to work. Let's dig through our pile of tools here on the seat. Cool, I dropped it, but I caught it. Come on. Come on. There we go. Sweet. Now, that's one of those things. People are probably going to say, why'd you do that? You know, you're wasting money. Well, am I though? If he'd leave this sit outside and it would, you know, rain for 2 or 3 days, it could potentially get water in the motor and then cause a serious issue. And is it worth the price of $20 or whatever for that thing? I kind of feel like that's cheap insurance, so that's why I operate the way that I do. Now we're going to put this buzzer back up in here, and this, friends, is difficult because I can't hardly get there from the loader frame. I lean over. It might be easier if I did this on the seat. Sit on the seat or hang over the edge or something. So I don't know how this is going to go. You can't hardly contort. You can either get your finger there or you can pick up the buzzer, but you can't do both. Okay, stay. 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 Hang there. Hang there. Come on. Come on. It only had one bolt in it. I should probably go get another one and put that in there. One more. Uno más. It's difficult enough when there's no loader on the tractor, but having that loader frame on there, it makes it just about impossible to contort your body. enough. Come on. Let's struggle. Let's make this as hard as possible. You know? We can't get to the backside to hold it. So all right. We're gonna say that's good. Next, we gotta put this back. I guess you could really do this in any order. I don't need to say next. Because I also haven't put in the, I still got to do all the bolts that hold the tank down. And they're also two different sizes. The front ones had these 1/4 inch bolts in them. And the back ones, oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to get more washers. And I also think I dropped one of these, so that's going to have to be dealt with. What I got to do also is just start breaking stuff. That's acceptable. I need to get see, I thought while I was over here I would do the ones that are over here, but these back two have like cage nuts holding, so it's good to go there. All right, so the unfortunate deal is it's getting hot outside, and that makes everything absolutely miserable. I can't find enough bolts, but now that I look at it, I think so. I'm not making clear what's happening here, but see the front, how it takes or the back here, how it's taking a 1/2 inch wrench. That's dandy, right? It's got nuts made into the dash, so all you got to do is just tighten the bolt from the top. The front had bolts and nuts all the way through it, but it had like 1/4 inch bolts that take a 7/16 wrench. But looking at it now, I think I can get the 5/16 bolts in there, which is good because I have extra of those and extra washers, because that's a slotted hole, so really it would be better to have a washer on it. So I'm gonna go see. I wonder if there is a reason why. I wonder if if somebody did that because of trying to get the fuel neck to meet through the hood the right way. We're soon gonna find out, but I guess I'll get a couple 5/16 bolts, and that would be better, because then it would follow suit all the way around. It takes the same size wrench, and I'm a fan of having, you know, not having 4 different size things in all 4 corners. So I guess I'll go grab that, and we'll see about putting her together. Okay, let's see about this. I think it'll be easier to come from the bottom side so that I can see what's happening than to try to stick it down from the top and then just hope that I can get everything lined out on there. Really, this would be a good opportunity again for the end ratchet, provided that it is here still. Like I said, we've jumped back and forth between projects so much that sometimes I just don't have everything handy here. There it is. That's metric. There's my metric socket I was looking for last night and couldn't find it. That's good to know. We've got her set to tighten. Oh yeah, this one we couldn't get in there, could we? We couldn't get it in either place. Sorry, end ratchet. I thought we would have fun together, but I guess not. So now, we're gonna go this route, and I guarantee you that it's gonna take 2 of them to finally, and I don't have the second one here, because when I took it apart, I needed 2 7/16 ones, you see. So it didn't matter. Now, we're doing something different. And we're struggling. What a surprise. All right, you're getting too hot again. But we should be good to go. You know what he's done? He did to this one too. And it's causing him trouble on the other one. He put some liner in that fuel tank. And it starts to flake away. And that starts to cause problems. I'm not a fan of lining a fuel tank, if at all possible. I learned the hard way too, just like most people, that it just doesn't last. And especially, I've heard, not on a diesel, so I don't know how true that is, but some of the stuff says don't use it diesel. But I figure that's more of a orifice plugging problem, you know. Now we're gonna put the hood bolts back on. These square jobbies that are super long and go down through there. And we will struggle, fear not. If we don't struggle, it wouldn't be any fun. Then everybody'd be doing this. It would probably be a smart idea to start all 4 of them in their holes and then start tightening, because otherwise you can get into a stupid situation where things don't want to line up right anymore because you got too ahead of yourself. And so that's what's going to happen here. I'll go to the other side, put the other 2 in, and then tighten them down. And then maybe we can make some progress here. Gotta watch my time too, because we're getting close to yellow babysitting time. Not yellow babies, but driving the yellow wagon, which is basically glorified babysitting. There's that one. Come on. Or not. Oh, I did a dumb thing. Dummy. Big dummy. You big dummy. Come on. Come on. There. They're all started. Let's make sure that this is, no, that's what I thought. One of them is 7/16. And then the nuts are 1/2 inch wrench that it takes. Stuff and things, friends. Stuff and things. It's only fun if you get to walk around it 14 times. That increases the fun. If nobody ever told you that. I actually think probably would be 3/8 that would hold that head square. I got one of those here. Let's try it. Oh, riveting footage, riveting. Riveting footage. Guy tightening his nuts. Yep, it's gonna be a viral video. And that one different. Somebody lost that. One more of these. Then we'll move on to the next struggle. Oh, look at how much. Let's see if we can turn some of that by hand. Nope. It's gonna make us struggle the whole way. Why wouldn't it? Oh, awesome. Cool. I dropped both wrenches. They slingshotted in different directions. So, that's great. See, when I'm racing the clock, it makes me not have as much fun. Also, I got a job to do after a while that's not going to be any fun. And I'm trying to psych myself up for that. And I just can't hardly make that happen. It's just going to be difficult. Okay, next. We need to put this back on. Oh, not lining up? No problem. Impossible. All I gotta do is... Oh, it's gonna be 9/16 and 5/8 on this one. That's awesome because that creates a situation where I don't have everything really handy, see? I have to dig out more tools. That just always... It's just making it better all the time, friends. All right, there's one more thing I want to do before we can test. Actually, two more things. I need to find wherever I put that. Where did I put his carburetor hose? I remember, maybe it's still on the trailer in the bin. I remember throwing it in there to not lose it. We got to put that back on at some point before we go out and start doing brush. But I think we ought to check his air filter, air cleaner, I should say, because who knows when it's the last time was serviced. And I'm always a fan of doing that whenever you change the oil, and we just changed the oil. So we're gonna make that happen. Oh, that's actually not bad as I thought it would be. It's still got some schmutz in it though, if I could, yeah. So I'm gonna get that washed up and then we'll put clean oil in and go try this out. All right, that's much more better. Some of that down in there is staining and it's not gonna come out without a whole lot of grinding type situation. And we're not after that, at any rate. We're gonna just go for it. And I'll put it back in. Again, kind of difficult with the loader, but not impossible. Not impossible. I should have pointed out that it was probably original paint on that oil cup that cleaned up so pretty when I washed it. You know, the old thing does have some good paint on it in places. It just, I don't know. It just needs a little love, you know, a little elbow grease, and you could have this thing probably looking pretty snazzy. Let's turn on our gas. We got to get that air hose on there, hopefully. I remember throwing it in that one metal bin on the front of the trailer. I hope it really is in there like I recall. All right, horsey. Let's make you go again. Here we go. Let's stop here in the shade. Or not. See, I was thinking, why not be in the shade to put that hose on, but... Alright. Let's let her idle. See, that's about where it needs to idle. Any lower and it's gonna... See, it's too low. But he had the carburetor apart, so he might have tweaked that a little bit. Alright, hose. Oh, good. I thought I put it in there. This is brand new. I got this for him one time. So it's kind of important. Although I see that he did not have clamps with it, did he? Did he have it in the box here? No. So we're gonna have to get him some clamps. But what I want to see is if I put this on, if it's gonna make it not run good. Nope, didn't change it at all. If I can get in there with a big screwdriver, I'll probably have to, we'll adjust that in a little bit. Why is this leaking? All right, let's go test it out. Whoop, giddy up, horsey. Yeah! Beautiful. It's not really smoking or anything, that's good. Boy, this stuff grew faster than I realized. Whoa! Where? My plan is I'm just gonna graze them on this. I don't feel like second cutting. But I got these trees out here, see, that have fallen, and they're all busted up, and I keep hitting them with the mower. What a good job for this thing to try it out. Maybe. Probably a two-hand affair. 550 with power steering is super nice. Temperature gauge works, that's good. Yeah, this thing's just sailing along. This loader handles a lot different than my other ones too. It's kind of bizarre. To say that little loader works really good. It works better than the one on my 550. Of course, it's fully hydraulic both ways, like the boom has down pressure. The tractor seems to be working good, running good, except at an idle. I think I need to work on that for him. I don't think he's got it adjusted quite right, but I can fix that. So we'll tinker with that. But basically it's back together and it's working. It's running on all 4 cylinders. It's not smoking or causing a bunch of grief. I mean, it's just been sailing along. So I think we're gonna call this a win. I'm just driving around looking for trees. There was some stuff blown down, and then when we cut hay, I went around it. But I'm tired of going around it. I want to run a new wire through here for, you know, temporary sake to keep those cows in. Then I'm going to turn them loose in here and let them graze this off to their heart's delight, because I've had enough, you know. It's I could cut this and whatever, but I don't think there's a lot of quality stuff in there. Maybe if they come in here, they'll pick out what they like, and what they don't like they'll trample down, and that'll just be fertilizer for the next year. But I think we're good. All right, look at all the butterflies. I guess we shouldn't drive on their purple plants. They like those. We'll leave those alone. Still burning some trash out of there. Well, we're going to investigate a little more for him, because it runs good. It doesn't idle great. It won't start back up right now. I don't know why that is. The battery's not very good. I'm almost tempted to just buy him a new battery and force that on him, because that one's several years old. But I don't know. It's this little tractor has its quirks about it, but for all intents and purposes, I think it's done. I just need to tinker with it a little more for him, and then I'll take it back and let him try it a while and see if it runs to his heart's delight. It runs like a top when it's running, but I don't know why it wouldn't start back up just now. But it's probably flooding out a little bit because of that carburetor not being quite right at an idle. So I'll give that the once over, and then we'll see. But I'm saying that it's done. We fixed what we set out to do, and I think it's gonna do what we want for him. So I'm gonna call this one here. Do you suffer from low intelligence and are easily entertained? Well, then hit that thumbs up button and leave a comment. And that way we can keep making entertainment that your feeble minds can understand. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.